I left Oklahoma riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was off to Arizona, maybe on to California, where the people all live so fine. My baby said I'm crazy, my mama called me lazy. I'm gonna prove them wrong this time. Hey, welcome to Z-Ville Lessons for Live channel. My name is Z-Ville, and today we're going to cover Tulsa Time by Don Williams. Eric Clapton also had a huge hit with this, but we're going to be doing the Don Williams version today. We'll do this in two parts. The first part is going to be for intermediate players, where I just show you what he's doing in the basics, and then you can just go ahead and make it your own song. The second part will be for beginners, where I break down all the chords, where they're at on the neck, how to play them, and stuff like that. And also I'll cover why Eric Clapton changed the key and what key I do it out of, which is different. Go ahead and go down in the description section if you want to jump ahead. That's a little area down there. It'll say beginner's lesson with a time code. Click on that time code. It'll jump ahead in the video. Thanks, and let's get going. Hey, welcome to the intermediate section of Tulsa Time by Don Williams. And for you intermediate players, it's pretty simple. It's based out of E, and it goes to B. Just back and forth. The only thing different would be your opening, which is a E, E flat, D. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. And then it just drops one note to a D flat. So then it's D flat or C sharp. C sharp, C, B. And that's E, G with a slight bend. E, G, E, E, G, E. Now I go up, if I'm going to do the Don Williams version, I would go up to the second octave of E, keeping the open 6-string E in there. I left Oklahoma riding in a pony. You know what I mean? Then down to the B. I'm playing it a little fast. So that's the first guitar. The second one's like a really clean guitar, kind of strumming underneath, or maybe it's on top a little bit because the bluesy rhythm might be underneath, but it's just basically. And I'm bringing out these open strings here. I'm just using the 3 fingers, E, B, and E. Sorry, E, B, and E. And that's basically it. You've got those 2 sections. I left Oklahoma riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was off to Arizona, maybe on to California, where the people all live so fine. My baby says I'm lazy, my mama calls me crazy. I'm gonna prove them wrong this time, 'cause I don't need no more schooling, and you know that I ain't fooling. I was born to walk the line. That's basically it. Now let me just show you real quick how I would do it. Slightly different. I do it out of A and E. So it's I left Oklahoma, riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was on an Arizona. That's the way I do it. So I'm doing A as the root note and E as the secondary, rather than E and B. Eric Clapton does G and what is it? G and D? Yeah. G and D. So he's I left Oklahoma, riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. That's the Eric Clapton version. They're all, you can do it wherever you want on the neck, whatever fits your voice or wherever you want to play it for leads or whatever like that. But basically what I do when it comes to like the rhythm, to break it up slightly, I'll do Well, I left Oklahoma riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was off to California, maybe on to California, where the women all look so fine. Yeah. I just add that little flair on the key change. And you know that I ain't fooling. I was born to walk the line. And I kind of strum up to get the higher strings. Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Well, you know that I've been through it if I set my watch back to it. Living on Tulsa time. And that's basically it, guys. So let's get into the beginner section. Hey, yo, welcome to the beginner lesson of Tulsa Time, the Don Williams version. I'm not going to be doing the Eric Clapton version, but I'm going to show you the difference. And I actually play it out of a different key than both of these versions for myself. What's cool about these easy blues songs, and this is a great one for beginners, is you can pick your own key if you want to make it easier on yourself. The key that I do is going to be the easiest for you if you're a new at guitar or if you're a beginner. So let's talk about the Don Williams version. The two keys it's out of are going to be E is your main key, and then the secondary key is your B, which is right below your second octave E. Now your first octave E is here, right? Because here's your E string, your sixth string on your guitar. The top string is your E, and you're doing the blues. I'm hitting the E and the A string, the sixth and the fifth right now. And up here, that's your second octave of E, and you hold the E and the B up here on your fifth and your fourth, and then you can also do your open string here. But let me explain how these chords work real quick. So your E chord, the way I'm going to be playing it on this song, is in an open position, which is your major chord. And the B I'm going to play as a bard, and I'm going to use the middle finger here to make it a major as well. So for the E, what you want to do is you want to take your sixth string right here, open, then you're going to put this index finger on the 7th fret of your 5th string, your ring finger on the 9th fret of your 4th string, and your pinky finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, leaving your bottom two strings, which are the 1st and the 2nd, the E and the B, open. So if you do that, I'm not using this finger at all. So open, 7, 9, 9, open, open, right? That's your open E, second octave. First octave is just right down here. Second octave is up here. Then you're going to go to your B. Now you could go down here if you want, but I'm going to do it right underneath of the E, so it's really easy to just drop straight down. What I'm doing on the B, the secondary chord for this song, is I'm going to go with the index finger on the 7th fret of the 6th string, your top string. You're going to go with your ring finger on the 9th fret of your 5th string, your pinky finger on the 9th fret of your 4th string, your middle finger on the 8th fret of your 3rd string, and then you're going to bar on the 7th fret for your first and 2nd strings, your E and your B. So that's what you get. Now this is going to be a tough one for you new guys. If you're a real novice, if you're really new beginner, this is going to be a tough one for you. That bar chords aren't easy when you try to do the whole thing if you're new. So let's talk about we'll get into the opening part in just a second, but let's just talk about the actual rhythm of the song. So let's get into how the song is played now. There's two guitar parts, and the reason I showed you the full chord is because one of the guitar parts is going, and then when it goes down to the B, so the way I'm playing that, the way I'm strumming that is I'm muting the strings. I've talked about this with blues before. You always kind of want to have your hand a little bit muting the strings. You're basically hitting this on the down. You're kind of releasing your fingers a little bit. If you want to keep them pressed down, I'm not going all the way down. I'm kind of doing the second, third, fourth strings. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And you're really hitting on the up. Down, up, down, up. And then when you switch down to here too, you could do the same thing. Now, if you're brand new, you're going to want to just hold your hand on it and hold it tight. But as you get more experience, you'll release it as a pulse. Release, release. Push when you want that up. Release it when you go to the down. So it makes it more staccato. It doesn't ring out. Hear the difference? You can see the difference. So let's go ahead and take that part really slow. Up to the E. The way that I really like to play it is with the rhythm in there. I get the rhythm going. What you want to do there is you want to worry about your ring and your index finger and your pinky, not worrying about this guy. And what you're going to do is go ahead and place it like you did, right? Like that. But then take your pinky off and only hit the 5th and the 4th string. And then put your pinky up. This is going to be really hard for the really new guys, but you want to put your pinky up here onto the 11th fret of the 4th string. So you're negating your ring finger because you're covering it up. But see that? Ring, pinky, ring, pinky. And then you've letting the E here on the 5th string ring out. Ring, pinky, ring, pinky, ring, pinky. And that's a blues. That's a blues riff right there. Now you can also hit the E open on top because you are in an E. See that? And then if you go down to the B, you do the same thing. You just move your fingers down to that B position. But instead of all that, you just go ahead and release everything but the top 2 strings, 6 and 5, with your B and your F sharp. And then you're going to, which is your 7th and 9th fret. And then you're going to use your pinky up at the 11th fret of your 5th string, covering the ring. See that? Alternatively, if that's too hard on you and you're really new, you can do it down here in the open position. So you're going to take your 6th string and your 5th string. You're going to put your index finger on the 2nd fret of your 5th string, then use your ring finger to go up to the 4th fret of the 5th string. See, oh. Now you want to include that open E. Just about to lose my mind. And here's your same, that's the same B as here. Because this is your B note, right? A, on your 5th string it's A sharp, B, right? Let's spin around for you here. A sharp, B. So you got your B and your F sharp, just like you did down here, B, F sharp. See that? So instead of going from here to there, you're going from here to there. You don't even have to move your index finger now. The only problem is you're going up in notation. You're going from a low E to a B instead of from a high E to a B. Here you're going down, higher, lower, lower, higher. Not on the neck, not on the guitar strings or on the neck, but in tonality. And once again, it's 2nd fret of your 5th string, 4th fret of your 3rd string, of your 4th string, 4th fret of your 4th string, up to the 6th fret of your 4th string. 4th fret, 6th fret, 4th fret, 6th fret of your 4th string here. This guy right here. So it's, but it's, you'll find it much easier to do here if you're new. But you could also do this too. You could start down here. Just about to lose my mind. Just go up to your 7th fret on the 6th and the 5th string. Then go back down to the open 6th and 5th string, you know? So hopefully that all made sense to you. Those are the 2 different things that are happening during the song as far as the song goes. So let's go ahead and start the vocals real quick, and I'll just show you how to change it. And I also want to show you that you can do this little 1-2 pause that's in there to indicate change, and you can do it on key changes, and you can also do it in between the TULSA times during the chorus. And I'll show you real quick here. So we're going to start in the E on the 5th string, and then we're going to go to the B on the 1st string, which are both on the 7th fret. So go ahead and get your position, and here we go. 2, 3, 4. I left Oklahoma riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was on to California, even on the people all live so for fun. My baby said I'm crazy, my mama called me lazy. Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Well, you know that I've been through it. If I set my watch back to it, living on Tulsa time. That little hit is kind of just emulating this other guitar part that's going on. You just kind of do that once in a while real quickly. So basically it's taking up a 4 count when you do those hits, and I can't count it right. So I'm going to count into it, but not count it at that time. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and E and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's basically it. If you want to, you shouldn't try to count these. I'm not a big fan. I never did that when I was starting out either. I just kind of played. One more thing I want to show you before we get into the key change thing real quick is the opening. So it's pretty simple. I'm going to just show you the notes. It starts in E and it just walks down. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 2nd string, 7th fret, E. 1, 2, and then go to the 6th fret of the 5th string and the 5th fret of the 5th string. And then you just move your hand down and get it into the next position where your 4th fret of the 5th string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, and then it does the 6th string only where it's E, open, 3rd fret, 6th string, slight bend, and then open again. So what I do is I bar it in a, using your 7th and 9th fret, 5th and 4th string. So hopefully that all made sense for you. Now, real quick, I'm just going to show you that Eric Clapton does it out of the key of G. And you just basically do the same thing. Up to the D, and that's a D, so it's out of G and D. First octave G, first octave D, or the second octave G to the first octave D, just in a different position on the neck with the D. Here it's the same thing. So I left Oklahoma, riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. That's the way Eric Clapton does it. Now let's get into how I play it. I changed it to an A. Now the way you play this out of A is your open A, 5th string, and then you put your index finger on the 2nd fret of your 4th string and the ring finger on the 4th fret of your 4th string, leaving your 5th string A open, just like we were doing with the E. I left Oklahoma, riding in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. Now, because I'm out of A, I'm using E as my secondary note, because if it's E and B, right, that's your 2 notes for this song. Now it's A and E, right? But I'm going to drop, instead of coming up to it, I'm going to drop like we were doing with Don Williams here. Out of E, dropping to the B. I'm going to do the A, drop to the E, which is your 6th string, index finger on the 2nd fret of your 5th string, ring finger on the 4th fret of your 5th string, bar chord, 2-string blues. Living on Tulsa time, living on E. Hell, you know that I've been through it if I set my watch back to it. Living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Now what I'm doing there is I'm incorporating that 2nd octave I was talking about earlier. This is your 2nd octave E, right? And you can leave that 6th string open. Now you can do the same thing with A. Here's your A. When you go to the 2nd octave, you just move your hand from the E position down to the A position, which would be open A, secondary octave A on your 7th fret of your 4th string, and then going up to the 9th fret of your 3rd string to create that bar chord, which is going to be your E, right? That's going to be your 3rd octave E, 1st octave E, 2nd octave E, 3rd octave E, right there. We'll get into octaves on another video. If you don't know about that, try to check that out. So, and then since you're out of A instead of E for that opening, it's the same position on the neck. Except for you're going to move your fingers down 1 string. So you're out of A now. Instead of on the 6th string, you're going to be A, C, A, open, 3 on the 5th string, open. So, but let's get into doing it this way. I left Oklahoma, and when you switch keys, go to that. Here we're going to switch back up to the A, and I'm going to go up to the 2nd octave. You could just go here. So, I was on to California, maybe out to California, where the people all live so fine. And down here, I like going to the 2nd octave. It gives a little bit more of a punch. That's just 3 notes. 5, 4, 3, right? There's your A. And that'll work in between the living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Well, you know that I've been through it if I set my watch back to it. Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. See what I mean? Hey, so that's it. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. And if you liked it, please hit like and subscribe. That'll help our channel grow. To check out another video, go ahead and click this link down here. If you want to check out our channel, see all our videos, click this link over here. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one.